to 108. Page 108. Achbir ofne ho echod ha'amiti v'echod overhu. No, it becomes too tedious. He goes and he's like starts splitting hairs. The cause and effect and this and that. Achbir ofne ho echod ha'amiti v'echod overhu. What is one in the absolute sense, and what is only in the relative sense? And we say, they say it's perfect. What's perfect? It's perfect in a relative sense. It's perfect, but in the absolute, it's not perfect. So that's the question: what is perfect? What's one in the absolute, and what's only in relevant? ואחד מהם מקרי הוא עובר, והשני עצמי קיום. והוא אמיתי, והאחד המקרי גם כן הוא על שני עניונים. He says, when we speak about something which is passing, which is one, something's unique, ואחד מהם נראה בו הריבוי והכלל והקיבוץ. He says, it's because of its abundance. You have something which includes many different types of species, or many individuals. A human being is made up of many parts. You have an army, it's made up of many soldiers. We speak a dry measure, a liquid measure, rove echod. So we use the term one, right? 1 pound, 1 ton. In volume, it's a different volume, but it's one, right? V'liter echod, echos. When we say one pound, what is 1 pound made up? It's made up of many ounces. And 1 ounce is made up of very less than 1 ounces. So it's one, but the one over there includes many things. Yemer al kol echod, mehem echod. Kol echod mashizkar nikra echod al derech havoro. So he says, when we speak of one, he says it's only figuratively speaking. Why do they call it one? 1 pound of apples. Because you have multiple things which are the same. So it's called, you have one of whatever may be. Let's say you separate them. You scatter them. You scatter the apples. Now you have each apple. And you count them. Each apple is 1 apple. Right? You have 1 pound, which is multiple apples. And you scatter them. You separate them. Now each apple is what? Again, it's 1. So it's only in the sense of the way it's found, use the term one. One in whatever you want to refer to, whether it's weight or volume. That's mikra. It's only the circumstance of what it is. That's why the term one is applied to it. Like people say, he's one of a kind of a genius. But if you know what genius is, you understand this is not such a genius. He may be brilliant or bright, he's not genius. But terms are used very loosely. He's that, because in terms of what your frame of reference is, you never saw anything like it. So you see this is exceptional. But if you know what exceptional is, you understand this is not so exceptional. Maybe presently it's exceptional. But in terms of what truly is exceptional, it's not exceptional. The story just ended. The Rogachover going. The Rogachover was going. He was like one of a kind of a genius. Why don't you just shut it off? Rogatchover Gaon, when he was 11 years old, Rogatchover Gaon was 4 years younger than Reb Chaim Brisker. So the Rogatchover Gaon, his father brought him to the Beis HaLevi, that's Reb Chaim's father, when he was 11 years old. And the Beis HaLevi then was in a community called, a city called Slutsk. Slutsk, he was the chief rabbi of Slutsk. And he wanted that he should become a student at 11 years old. The Beis HaLevi didn't have such young students, 11-year-old boy. So he says to the father, he says, look, let him prepare a piece of Gemara. Let's see, he came on Wednesday. Let him come back Motzei Shabbos, and I'll examine him on see how he prepared. If I see he's at a level that is worthwhile assuming as my student, I'll take him as student. So the little boy says, he's 11 years old, says to the Beis HaLevi, he says, I'm eating right now. He came at a time when he was in the middle of eating, the Beis HaLevi, Reb Chaim Brisker's father. So he says, why do I have to come back Saturday, Motzei Shabbos? When you finish eating, tell me what to prepare. I'll come back right as soon as you finish eating. We'll talk about it. So he says, but factually, he says, you could ask me, whatever you want to ask me, you could ask me. So he says, how much of Shas did you learn? So he says half. He's 11 years old. He says, which half? He says, whichever half you ask me, that's the half you could ask me of. Okay? He was 11 years old, the Rogatchover. So, okay, sits down, begins examining him. He's never seen a child this way. Of course, Reb Chaim was also, he was 4 years older. As soon as he sees this boy, if they're spending a few hours with him, he gets up with the father and he dances around the table out of joy to assume such a student. 11-year-old boy already knows Shas on his fingertips. Of course, he has to be developed in terms of the method of understanding, but the actual, knowledge-wise, is what he knew. He's a genius. You can't imagine. He's so prolific in Talmud. If you saw the Rogatchover, you saw Reb Chaim Brisker, you understand what it is. So everything is in its own limited setting. It's one of a kind. It's unique. But if you saw what really is and what it means to be knowledgeable, then you're not that impressed. Okay. Of course. Put it minimally, I think. Harry. Remember Harry Levinson? Allah Shalom. He used to say, he was born in Shanghai. His father was one of the great Mira Talmidim. He used to say, it's pablum. Himself was a Talmud Chacham. What you hear people say, he says it's pablum. That's what he used to refer to that Torah. Like people frothing at the mouth. That's what it is. Alan, you're staying for Shacharis. Okay, because today it's going to be tight with the numbers. Okay.